Please understand that in this video, I will not be showing any footage of the Elden Ring leak that has surfaced in the past week. If you're interested in seeing this footage, you will have to search elsewhere. Personally, I take the position that these kinds of footage should not be shared against the will of those working on the game. Instead, I would like to speak about the nature of leaks and the impact that they have to the development of a video game. It is very interesting to see the dichotomy of what leaks mean to the player and what they mean to the game. Are leaks good? Well, let's talk about it. Leaks in a video game are a difficult matter. As players, we want to know as much as possible about the game that we are eager to play, and leaks provide us with additional information that we would normally not have. On the other hand, leaks tend to show footage that is outdated or that doesn't correctly represent the state of the game. It is obviously not in the interest of the developers to show the game in such a state because it could hurt it. Leaks can give the wrong impression of a game, or it could show a product that looks rough and unfinished, because it is. As a result, players may get the wrong perception of the game's progress, and the public opinion of the game might be negatively affected. Let's take the example of Elden Ring. In the last few days, there was one major leak. It is a 27-second video with a surprisingly fair quality, showing the player character move around a rocky and grassy area and performing a few jumps, while managing to scare away some wildlife. The footage itself is very simple and you can clearly see what is happening in it. The quality is good enough that it leaves no room for confusion. The internet, being the place that it is, was quick to point out that the jump looked clunky and that the graphics may not be up to the standard that we are expecting from a new game in the next gen of gaming. Comments were made about how it looked just like Dark Souls 3 and how Sekiro's jump was much better developed. Public opinion was mostly negative, and it showed perfectly the type of effect that leaks can have on the player base. The reality is that the leaked footage was probably taken from an old build, and issues of graphics and jump animations will most likely be addressed by release. On the other hand, we have the group of people who constantly defend the game and try to remove credit from all those negative opinions. People who look at the leaks and decide to ignore anything negative that they may show. They also come into constant conflict against all other players who have a complaint or a negative opinion about the leaked footage. This creates a divided fan base or player base, and it is also a direct effect of the leaked footage. Creating this division with unofficial and unfinished footage hurts the game, as it leaves a sour taste that will remain in the future. Both sides of the coin, those who use the leaked footage to ferment a negative opinion on the game, and those who defend it with an almost fanatical effort, are negative to the development of the video game. Judging a video game based on leaked footage is very dangerous and foolhardy. It does not lead anywhere, and it hurts the game. I always like to use the following example when it comes to leaks. Imagine your home. Your home, as your place of living, has multiple states. There are times that it is clean, and there are times that it is not as organized as it could be. Now imagine you have invited a new group of friends to your home, let's say to watch a sporting event. It could be any sport, but I like soccer, so let's say that you invited a new group of friends over to your house to watch the Barcelona versus Madrid game, El Clásico. These are new friends. They have never been in your home, and it was established that they will appear 1 hour before the game and you will all watch it together. In this example, your home is a video game. Your new friends are the player base. The established time of gathering is the release date. By the time your friends appear at the time that was established, your home will be ready. It will be clean, organized. You would have whatever refreshments prepared. You would be clean and dressed as you have decided. Everything would be ready, exactly as you had planned it. Your friends will participate and they will have their opinion on the place and experience as you specifically set it out for them. This is the same with a normally released game. Now, imagine your friends decide to show up, let's say, 5 hours earlier than established. At this time, your home is a mess. You are not prepared, nor is everything else required for the experience that you intended. The normal reaction is to tell them to leave and come back at the agreed time. But they could see the mess through a window or maybe when you open the door in surprise. As unfair as it is, the state of your home and your lack of preparation will be judged. Later on, when your friends come back at the right time and you are prepared and able to present them with the experience that you had planned, they will still have that initial experience in mind. No matter how understanding they may be, it will never leave their minds. This is a leak, an unplanned release of information that is not prepared for public consumption. In the same way that this is not good for your status quo as a person, it is also not good for the status quo of a video game. I understand that this example may not be airtight and that it will be difficult for this kind of situation to be present in a real-life scenario. That said, if you imagine the situation and put yourself in the place of the homeowner, you would not be feeling good. At the end of the day, leaks are not good for you, and they are not good for a video game. And yet, as players, we love leaks. I have made it very clear that I am against showing leaked footage, and that doing so hurts the game. That said, if I find leaked information on a video game that I am waiting to play, I will consume it. I will be the first one to obtain the footage, watch it, re-watch it, and replay it frame by frame to get as much information as possible. I will go to forums and threads where other players have given their opinion on this information and possibly provide additional insight. There will be no stone unturned in order to obtain as many answers as possible. As a person who is against leaks and understands the negative effect that they have on a video game, I still happily consume the footage if it appears. Is this hypocritical? Yes, absolutely. But it is fine. Humans are hypocritical by nature, and quite frankly, being a hypocrite when it comes to leaks in a video game is generally an inconsequential thing to be hypocritical about. The consumption of leaks is not a harmful act. In this case, the harm comes from releasing the leaks. As players, the best thing we can do is to be fair to Elden Ring or any other video game that is leaked. Being critical of things that are not correct is good, but we have to take into consideration the circumstances of that which we are criticizing. Going on about Elden Ring's graphics while basing your opinion on 27 seconds of leaked footage is not good faith criticism. We also have to understand that whether we are aware of it or not, leaks have consequences. A few days after this 27-second video was leaked, Elden Ring was delayed. Now, I am not saying that the leak is the reason why FromSoft delayed Elden Ring, but it was one hell of a coincidence. FromSoft and Namco Bandai are doing a great job not acknowledging the existence of any leaks, but we can rest assured that internally there have been consequences. In my opinion, leaks are not good for video games. That said, they have existed, exist, and will continue to exist for as long as video games are alive. As players and fans looking forward to a game, the best thing we can do when there are leaks of this magnitude is to take them at face value. Sure, those 27 seconds were not the best looking ones, and yes, that jump looked a bit whack. But we now know that there will be a closed network test for the game very soon. We will be able to make these judgments with official, prepared footage. Our criticism then will be much better informed and, as a result, much more applicable. But hey, this is just my opinion. I am very interested in knowing yours. What do you think about leaks and their effect on video games? Whether you agree with me or not, please do not hesitate to express yourself in the comments below. I am very curious to hear about all points of view. We are, after all, equally tarnished in the lands between. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope I get to see you on the next one.